it's a nice leave to a wide ball. The Lions are on their way with a one extra. And they've still got 60 balls to face. That's how it works with wides. You all knew that though, so why am I saying that?
Tejwinder Singh was the second highest wicket taker in this year's domestic T20 Cup. So they're starting off with their strike bowler.
That is another wide. Struggling to find his line to the left-hander. I say the left-hander, but he's got a pair of left-handers to bowl to, obviously, in this opening partnership. They're blessed with left-handers in the Lions side, aren't they? If left-handers are something to be blessed with. So that's how I'm blessed with children, I'm blessed with left-handers. Who knows whether they're better than right-handers?
Well, there's certainly people who love watching left-handers, especially a left-hand cover drive. That's one of the prettiest strokes in this sport.
Oh, Kamara just flashes untidily at it.
Yeah, it looked like Tejwinder just got a little bit of extra bounce at Sartnell Kamara.
He's got shots all the way down the wicket, Kamara. Let's see what he's got then. Oh, he's beaten again. It doesn't look very pretty and it doesn't show a lot of faith in keepers, but very wisely have got a very, very straight man. You could call it a fine third man. Most people, I think, would just say it is a backstop. It's, I say, it's not terribly pretty, but it can save a lot of runs in this T10. Kamara couldn't reach that. The umpire will signal that as a wide, and they've scampered an extra run as well. So although Kamara hasn't settled yet, the score does climb to 6-7 runs now. And we've seen, of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deliveries that we've seen, only 2 of them have been legitimate. What is happening now? I shall look to see. We've got an injury break. Was it the keeper who's injured himself? I believe it was.
Yeah, it looks like it is. Zishan is one of the better keepers in this tournament, so that would be a huge loss if he was to go down.
So just a reminder, in the second semi-final, which will begin in exactly an hour, well, 58 minutes, it's not exact at all, is it? Exactly 58 minutes. We will see the teams that finished second and third in the group stages, which is Rian and the Tigers. And that, if it goes with form, Rian will prove too good for the Tigers. But if it goes with form is a big if, isn't it? We're seeing here a possible upset.
Yeah, the Tigers actually took care of Rian fairly comfortably.
Yes, in one of the group games, you're right, Nish, that Tigers did beat Rian, but if you go on the group standings and the overall appearances, Rian are the stronger of the team, so that was a bit of an upset when Tigers beat Rian. Right, we are back. Everybody seems ready. Just a reminder, it is Tenakun on strike. It's signalled a no ball from the square leg umpire, tells his colleague, who agrees. So not only have we got 4 runs off the bat, a very nice shot out to backward point. That is going to be a no ball for height on the full toss. And it should be a free hit as well. We'll just wait for the umpire to signal that. He hasn't yet signalled it. Yes, he has now. Right, here we go. Proven to be an untidy measure into sing. That is a wide as well. It's gone for 5 wides. Not only that, because the batsman didn't get the advantage of being able to benefit from the free hit, the free hit carries over, so to speak, so this ball will also be a free hit. This over is proven to be a bit of a horror show. At the risk of sounding, or copy and paste, there you go, copy and paste my last sentence, in that again it's another wide. Didn't go for 5 wides this time, just went for the 1, but the free hit will be carried over again. So there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deliveries in this over that aren't legitimate. It's a hot day to bowl all those balls. Copy and paste. What has happened to Tejvinder Singh? There's looks of disbelief, there's hands on head from Gurserat Singh in the field. He doesn't quite know what he's seeing. He's looking around at his teammates saying, this is not the start we needed.
Ooh, that's the 4th wide in a row.
Fortunately, the man down on the boundary at fine leg.
Yeah, this is...
Sorry, yes, sorry.
Surely, excuse me, this is very unlike Tejvinder Singh. It really is. Wouldn't expect a man who's taken as many wickets as he has and as to bowl in this manner. This is extremely disappointing.
So we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 deliveries. 2 of those are legitimate. So we still have 4 more balls. It's taken him 9 deliveries to deliver 2 legitimate balls. If you average that up, he's got another 16. The maths is wrong there. But 18, was it? Another 18. Anyway, whatever it was, it could go on forever. That's the point I'm making. Leg byes, more extras. Not a single run has come from the bat in this over. And 16 runs already on the total. Not one from the bat. So at least the free hit has gone.
Oh, that's another
Oh,
no
that's
ball.
another no ball. And if that is the second no ball on height of a full toss, that might well mean that Tejvinder is taken out of the action. Yep, the umpire said, you're out, mate. Now, although in normal circumstances you'd hate to see one of your bowlers disqualified from bowling, the way he was bowling, the Eagles will be cock-a-hoop that he's been taken out of the attack. He's given away 17 runs in 3 legitimate balls. It's the worst over I can remember commentating on in living memory.
We've seen 12 deliveries so far, 12 actual balls bowled, and only 3 of them have been legitimate.
It's just amazing. Good luck over there in the scorer's tent, where they're squeezing all of these into one box.
Really sympathise with wonderful Lidio, who you have as our scorer right now.
Was that a dot ball? Whisper it quietly, it was a dot ball. Off the free hit. The second free hit that's gone begging. But it doesn't matter, again, no runs from the bat. I can't even remember the ball hitting a bat. It hasn't, has it?
It's a dot ball.
Well, everything's ticking over this. I'm just going to have a little look what the world's thinking about this on the live chat.
Oh, we really have witnessed a pretty remarkable over as the Sri Lankan just picked a single off that delivery. I think the umpire probably did Tejvinder a bit of a favour by taking him off. Looking very much like it was going to be an eternal over. Kamara goes for the shot again, but just slices it away to third man. Think it will race away for four. Not where he intended, but the result certainly is.
Now somebody's telling me I got it wrong because there were runs off the bat that he hit four somewhere. He didn't. It didn't. It was wides. Hadn't hit four off the bat. Yeah? Right at the end there, four off the bat. But prior to that, oh, what an over! I just feel like Star Trek says how many deliveries bowled in that first over. And the answer to your question, dear boy, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 deliveries. We're all out of breath. Here's the gentleman we expected to score all the runs, who didn't score all the runs. 22 without loss of one over.
So Guru Pratap is going to be introducing the attack. He's normally a quick bowler, but because of his hamstring injury, he's been reduced to bowling spin, which he has done very effectively.
Ooh, just floats one down there. Not entirely sure what Kamara was doing. He looked as if he was completely baffled by it. Put that at the back of his mind. Face the next one. That was a full toss and it was put down.
Yeah, it's put down by Srinivas. We saw the Sri Lankan Lions put down a few chances, and now it's their time to enjoy a bit of good fortune. That was ECS Kumara who would have been dismissed, so that wicket might have put them in a whole heap of trouble. It is very difficult when you're a side that relies on a couple of batsmen to guide you home. Just so much pressure on Kumara to deliver.
That's a nice authentic shot right the way down the ground. Just too good for the fielder. That's a nice cricket shot. And I'm sure the batsmen are full of them, but they've not actually had a lot of opportunity to play them because they've not been able to reach many of the balls that have been delivered so far.
Certainly, that's certainly been the case, so that was gorgeous to see. It's always nice to see a nice ground stroke in a T20 match where, as you would describe, many teams favour to go bish, bash, bosh.
Bish, bash, bosh. Go Pratap again, tossing the ball up in the air and he comes in right on round. That goes towards the fielder. There's a very decent fielder under it, but the very decent fielder Gursevic can only watch it go over his head for 6 runs.
Yeah, Gursevic Singh was never going to catch that. He'd probably need it. Gursevic Singh standing on top of Joel Garner to even have an attempt at that. That was way above his head.
I think that'd be a bit cruel. Joel Garner's quite an old man now. You can't have fit young men standing on top of old men. Should be the other way around. Joel Garner on top of Gursevic Singh is much more.
A lot fairer.
Yeah, a lot fairer.
Certainly would be. Gursevic Singh is a really strong man. He's a proper athlete.
Well, it's the end of the over. And they come round quickly, overs, when they don't actually bowl a load of wides in them. Seemed to finish in no time at all, that one.
Yeah, it was nice to have an over without extras after we witnessed 9 extras in Tejwinder Singh's 3 legitimate deliveries.
I've made a mess of the ECN.cricket website, where if you look under the score at the top, it shows previous balls bowled if you're on the web, ECN.cricket, which will tell you everything, all the stats on there. And that first over's made a real mess of the spacings. I don't think anybody, any web designer who was given the spec for the website, you can't blame for not having left 22 spaces or whatever it was for an over. But there we go.
Yeah, you've got a big challenge in your hand when ECN.cricket comes up with a web design contract for you. Well, we'd just like to greet Ujwal Katiwadin. Hi, Ujwal. Yep, hope you're having a good time in Nepal.
In Nepal?
Yeah, from Nepal.
Well, I'd love to go to Nepal. It sounds very exotic and lovely. Full of mountains, obviously.
Certainly. So Kulwinder Singh is being introduced in the attack it. Yeah, short run up again for him.
Kamara plays a risky push into the offside, doesn't really time it. There's a dot ball. Kamara hasn't really got himself in yet. An unusual performance from him so far. But thankfully, he doesn't need to panic about getting behind the rate. But he has a swing and a miss. What a strange morning it's been for the form batsman, hasn't it? We saw the form batsman for the Eagles stutter and struggle. And then Kamara, who is normally a big hitter right from the start, right from the... is of touch as well. That's a nice shot, well fielded.
Yeah, that catch was put down by Tejwinder Singh, who's enduring an absolutely miserable morning.
I said well fielded, and you said the catch was put down.
So the catch was put down.
The catch was put down. I thought he got it right. I thought that came to him one bounce. That was on the full, wasn't it?
That was on the full, right at chest height, and he's just enduring a miserable morning. He just wants to...
Oh, that's tickled away on the leg side, off the glove, I think. Yeah, I completely misjudged that previous ball. I thought that had gone to him first bounce. It just shows, doesn't it? It's not only the batsmen who are struggling to find their touch this morning, it's me, the commentator.
Kamara's now on his third life. At some point you have to wonder whether he's a cat or not.
That's a swish, an ugly swish.
Of course, some of the viewers heard me comment on the fact that Kulwinder Singh is running with a shorter run-up. He's the quickest bowler in Cyprus. He generates express pace normally, and the keeper has to stand as far back as the inner ring, but he's cut his run-up a bit for this format.
Ooh, gets the batsman in a bit of a knot. Kamara again failing to properly connect with one, just really bottom edges that. And he's no run.
Oh, this is going to annoy you a bit. The Transa wants a bat change. Beg your pardon, Tanakun.
Yep. When I say it annoys me, I was going to say it doesn't annoy me. Yeah, it does annoy me. I ought to have sort of more equanimity towards these things and just let them happen. But I just cannot understand what is happening to bats that means they need to be changed after half a dozen deliveries or a couple of overs or something like that. I really would like to know every time there is a bat change just what the reason is. I'd like to see a designated official to stop all the silly shenanigans of kit changing.
Yep, unless it's broken in half, no need to change it.
I mean, you know when a bat's gone, don't you? But they haven't gone because they've been going with regular frequency for the entire week. People have been dashing on and off with selections of bats. Grrr. I'm very grumpy for a Sunday morning, aren't I? Sunday mornings are usually very relaxed affairs, but quite grumpy then. I've had my coffee, so I'm all right. I had an iced coffee when I got to the ground this morning as well. There we go. That's a nice shot, straight into the netting or the sight screen underneath the camera tower.
Yeah, we've been talking a whole lot about BLCS Kawara, but so far it's been Tanakun who's been the primary aggressor. He's now raced away to 21 runs of just 10 deliveries.
Yeah, I said Kamara had only scored 5 off 6. He's now scored 6 off 11. He really is having a scrap around. That is a very high shot. There's no way at all that the fielder is going to get to that. And it's 6 more runs. And Gorbachev is standing there, hands on hip. As my colleague would say here in the commentary box, he's gone full teapot. He's got, looks more like the FA Cup with the big handles either side. And he's not happy. Good morning with the bat, but he's not had a good time with the ball.
Yeah, speaking of FA Cup, the FA Cup winners Arsenal lifted the Community Shield yesterday, I believe.
That'd be football, won't it?
Yep.
You've lost me already. You've lost me already. It's a mystery to me, football. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I know there are lots of our viewers who enjoy watching T10 cricket and football, love the excitement of both games. I'm not criticising anyone, I'm just saying it's not for me. And that is powerfully hit along the ground. It's fielded at long off on the boundary. I think the problem is, Nish, I just played rugby at school because I'm a big lump. I've got no skill, but I'm a big lump. So rugby was a godsend to me. So that's why I didn't really get into football as a younger man. That is in the air. There's a chance. It's very well taken by the man at deep square leg. Very well taken indeed. Sharon Naruli, is it?
Yeah, it looks like Sharon Naruli. You can just see he took the catch down at a deep square leg. Yeah, BLCS Kumara, the man we hyped up so much, and we're talking about how he was the star man to lead the Sri Lankan Lions in this chase, has to depart. He never looked comfortable. That was
never got going, did he?
No.
What an odd morning it's been.
Yeah, that's his third catch he's presented, and finally one was taken. So here he is, Chamal. Oh, he finally needs to step up on the big stage.
He bowled very well.
Yeah.
But we need to see him do it in the other discipline as well. He's not as big and powerful as a lot of the batsmen we see. A warrior physique to him. But he knows his business. Oh, that could be a chance as well. Oh! Teleka knew nothing, literally nothing about that ball and where it had gone. Spooned up into the offside. If there'd been anybody from a normal field, when I say normal field, if you're playing 50 over cricket, somebody would have been there to snaffle that up. There would have been a slip or a gully or a point or something.
Yeah, the only good thing was that he was alert enough to pick up the single.
Sadoon reaches a lot. Inorganic being that he wants to change his head. What is the matter with you boys? Oh no, he wants a different helmet, does he? rather than the Eagles. The Eagles have stumbled this morning, but at their best, they are very, very good indeed. So Paludi again, about to bowl. There's some tweaks in the field.
That'll be an interesting ball to look at. Want to see how far it went past his edge.
Oh, not far. Again, and nerves all round. Nerves all round. None of the batsmen really this morning have been on. The pressure is getting to them. Paludi comes in again. That's spooned up. Second catch for Gurpreet Singh. Again, they picked him out exactly again. And this match twists and turns.
Yeah, for a man who hasn't had to do much running, he's had 2 catches go straight at him. Well, he's finding a way to contribute after he didn't have the performance he would have liked with the bat. I think I would like to see the Sri Lankan Lions send Kamal Reyes out. He made 30 plus on day 2 and hasn't really got much of an opportunity to bat since. Looks like Thuranga is the new batsman. Sachitra Thuranga. So yeah, Reyes hasn't been pushed up the order.
There's an old anecdote, I can't remember all the details, but Ian Botham was always able to pull, and it was a little like that with Gurpreet Singh, isn't it? And that he's popping up doing all sorts of things, all sorts of improbable things. You could frame the entire week narrative around him if you so wanted. And chopped away fine. Took the edge as opposed to tough from a batsman's point. Off the mark very nicely. Is Thuranga a man who can craft out or carve out a partnership with Tenkaroon? Sorry, Tennakoon. Sorry. Sujith Tennakoon. I've got me Tennakoons and me Thurangas mixed up there and came up with the name of a man who's not even playing. Oh, the batsman punched gloves 3 times, as if that's some sort of pre-arranged congratulatory signal that they've got. The umpire says that is over.
I think we're going to see Gurpreet Singh with the ball. But there he is, right at the bottom of your screen, Gurpreet Singh. Just moved out of it now.
No, he's not coming on. He got clattered yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, so he had a difficult second over after bowling well in the first, but I think they might be saving him for the final over, so he'll probably bowl the 8th and the last over. Yeah, not a bad option to have. And
didn't get anything like all of that. It's just clubbed out. So Charan Naluri is the bowler.
yeah, because of Tejwinder Singh's premature departure, they've had to find overs from elsewhere. So Mutama Sethi and Naluri have to bowl a bit as well. And you're all good bowlers. You know, this team is really spoiled for choice.
And again, doesn't get hold of that at all. 1 more run. The rate is creeping up. And the Lions will be disappointed with that because they were gifted so many runs in that first over with all the extras. And the rate have got down to around about 9 and over after that. That is 6 runs any day of the week. The crowd like it. The fielder's not so keen.
Yeah, this is brilliant by Tenakun. We haven't heard of him much with the Battle tournament, but if you're going to turn up, make sure you turn up in the semi-final. He's moved on to 43 now, just 7 runs away from a half century.
That is out towards the man, big square leg again, but this time all along the ground. Oh, it's a very, very risky second run, but they get in quite nicely.
Yeah, look, if you just have a look at this again.
Very slow setting off. Wide of the stumps, right towards the stumps on another day. A little appeal of how was that umpire for obstructing the field, and it would have been a very interesting conversation, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it certainly would have been. Although the real chances at the striker's end, if the throw had been a little to the left of the fielder at deep point, I think he would have had a run out the striker's end. Maybe even if the keeper had been a bit creative and just tossed the ball back onto his stumps. But
Anyway, they're both still there. That is a lot straighter than he intended, and the most astonishing catch. It looked like a fluke 6 taken over his shoulder.
yeah, you can see it on the top of your screen. I was certain that had gone for a boundary, but how has he pulled that one off?
Again, another turning point in the match. Oh, he's absolutely livid with himself. As he walks off, he's banging the bat into his pads.